Dick Cheney talking to the press, so-called press, and he's got some interesting words on Edward Snowden. Let's listen.
What do you think of Edward Snowden?
I think he's a traitor. I think he has committed crimes, in effect, by violating agreements given the position he had. And I think it's one of the worst occasions in my memory of somebody with access to classified information doing enormous damage to the national security interests of the United States.
God, man, you gotta love Tywin Lannister. Okay, yeah, traitor. That's it. It's over. Okay. Leaking classified information, like perhaps the identity of a CIA officer, which, by the way, would be a far graver crime because it directly affects her and all of her assets, their lives possibly, their well-being. A vice president wouldn't have ordered his chief of staff, Scooter Libby, to do that at any point, would he have? And then he wouldn't have told him to lie about it to federal prosecutors, and then he wouldn't get convicted for that crime, would he? And then he wouldn't have the president commute his sentence, would he? I mean, that wouldn't be a traitor now, would it, Dick Cheney? Oh, when you're leaking for your own benefit and destroying people's careers and possibly their lives, you're an American hero. When someone's revealing something that you were up to during the Cheney and Bush years, let alone the Obama years, all of a sudden they're a traitor. Do you remember how hurt he was at Bush? They stopped hugging and kissing after Bush only commuted Libby's sentence but didn't pardon him. He's like, come on, all we did was out a CIA agent. What's the matter with you? Pardon him. And they, are still hurt over that. But now, Snowden, oh, you let the American people know what we're up to? Traitor! The Sith Lord is back. More.
Well, I'm deeply suspicious, obviously, because he went to China.
No.
That's not a place where you ordinarily want to go if you're interested in freedom and liberty and so forth. So it raises questions whether or not he had that kind of connection before he did this. The other concern I have is whether or not he had help from inside the agency. That is to say, was there somebody else in NSA who had access to a lot of this stuff and passed it to him? So it's going to be a continuing problem. I don't think this is just a one-off disclosure. I think there's a real danger here that he'll go beyond that.
Oh, I mean, imagine if you told American people all the stuff we're up to. Ooh. Where would he go if he wanted freedom and liberty, Dick? Where? Guantanamo? Is that your idea of freedom and liberty? I love this guy who started the secret program in the first place. When somebody reveals a secret program, he's like, why didn't you just stay here and let me arrest you? I mean, what'd you run away for? We would have locked you up and probably wouldn't have given you a trial for 3 years as we did with Bradley Manning. We might have put you in solitary confinement and done different kinds of torture on you. This is the guy who started the torture program. Why'd you run away? I can't quite tell. He might have run away because of you, Dick.